Hey yo, what's poppin' gamers? Today I'm going to be showing you my first Unity project. So I'll have that pulled up here. This is the project view. It's kind of everything I put together. This little blue pill is the player, and then you have first person movement around this little island. And the goal right now is just to get on top of this block. It looks very similar to another block game you may have seen before. Um, yeah, but yeah, I'll do a quick demo of the game real quick just to show you kind of how it runs. So you use the WASD keys to move around like this. You use spacebar to jump, and you use the mouse to move the camera. Basically, you're just trying to get up here. Just kind of like that. And just like that, I got it. You also may be able to hear there is some background music I added to it. Once again, that is familiar music for some of you. Some of the things I did for this project was I put in some materials. I found some designs online for textures that are used on some of these blocks. And there's music I just got from online. I made a few prefabs. I can kind of move the window here to show you that. Whoops. There's some for the different kinds of cubes on the screen. Then we have scenes. I didn't really do anything with that. A few textures, but those are kind of covered in materials. And then scripts. There's mainly, I did go through 5 different scripts for this, but I eventually found a video that I liked that kind of covered it, and this is the final script I used. A lot of it I did get from certain videos in the README file of this project, but I did put in some of my own stuff to change the gameplay a little bit. But yeah, basically you got a bunch of initialized stuff up here, like gravity, how fast you want the player to move. I added this variable that's airspeed, so if your player is not on the ground, then they can't move forward, backwards, or side to side as fast as normal. I think it's a little more realistic since you don't have the ground to propel you forward. This is the jump height. A few other things like a transform that checks the ground to make sure if the player is touching the ground, then it like resets their velocity when they're falling or jumping up. So the first thing we kind of do in the update field, we didn't really need to do anything in the start field. It's just the update field. If the player is on the ground, we have this is grounded method that I made to tell if they're on the ground or not. And if they are on the ground, then it sets their velocity to be -2. 0 would be ideal, but I've heard that it doesn't work as well. It's just -2, so that's what I settled with. Then we have some stuff getting input for mouse movements here. Use that to make a vector 3 of where you want the player to go to. Then you kind of move them towards those. And then what I did here is I made it if their velocity is not -2, which is only if they're on the ground, then their movement speed will be a little slower. So I used airspeed, and if not, then they'll just use speed because they're on the ground. Then here is the stuff for the jump button. Basically, if the player is pressing the jump button and they are on the ground, then this returns true. Then it will start a jump, which is done here just by setting their Y velocity. Then here it'll change it based on the gravity, And the last thing here is basically just a controller that moves the player based on where their velocity is going in like a three-dimensional sense. But yeah, that's I think the only real script I used in this game. There are like the 4 others, but none of them are being used right now. A lot of them do the same thing as that one. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have. I've enjoyed working with Unity. It is really tough, but hopefully I can get more into it and be able to make something even better than this down the road. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all on the flippity flip. See you later.